Hello everybody, welcome back again. I am working on 2 tags today that I'm doing for a tag, a challenge, I guess. I don't think it's a swap. I think it's a challenge, but I'm not really sure. But anyway, the theme is to have dresses or some kind of a dress theme, and I thought, oh, that'll be great. So I pulled this gorgeous paper, absolutely gorgeous Stamperia, and I put a large eyelet in the top. So that's what I have done so far. Now we're going to decorate it up with a dress theme. Okay, so this is what I had pulled out of my die cuts. I've got 2 dress forms. I've got this dress and this dress. I've also got this little dress and 2 of these itty bitty, they're so tiny. These have little holes punched all in them, if you can see that. It's so cute, just so darling. All right, so this one has a little more pink on it right in here, a little bit there maybe. So I'm thinking about maybe using, that would be so pretty on that one. And I wonder if I could get the dress form on there too somewhere. I don't know, maybe not. It gets lost on it. All right, so for this one, I need to either use this. Yeah, I don't want to use that because I don't want to use the same exact one. And it's going to get lost. So I'm going to have to back these, which is fine. I'll do that. So this one, let's see. Should she have 2 dresses on there? 1 dress on there? I don't know. It's just so stinking cute. Maybe 2. So I'm going to get some darker cardstock to kind of bring these out to back them a little bit. Okay, so I just pulled out some dark brown cardstock, and I'm going to put these little dresses on here. Good heavens, that was too much glue. Too. Okay, I'm going to do this little one right there, and that was too much glue too. I got a needle tip applicator. You would think I wouldn't put that much. All right, let's get this dress glued down. Let's try to just put a dot maybe so we don't make a mess this time. Glue her down, that's better. And I'm going to use the dress form too because it's just too cute. It's too cute not to, but God, those little delicate pieces. Little bitty. Oof. Find something else for that one. There we go. Now I'm just going to cut around these and I'll show you when I get them done. Okay, so here's my dresses and they're just backed with that dark brown. So now they will show up. So let's see. I kind of wanted the pink on that and maybe the dress form. And then this one, I don't know, something like that. Okay, but before I attach those, I want to lace it up and make it really pretty. Okay, so I think I've decided to just use 1 dress instead of 2, or at least on this tag. I may change my mind on the other one, but I think 2 was just a little bit too much. So I pulled this lace here. It's real sheer, and I think it'll make a beautiful addition. So I'm going to use some of my Fabrifix, if it'll come out. Well, you know how they get. Let's help it a little bit. All right, let's see if it'll come out now. There we go. So I'm going to use some of this glue, and I'm going to glue this piece of lace. And I think I'm just going to make the little dress cutout a center focal point instead of trying to do 2. I think that was just getting to be a little bit too much. I don't want 2 focal points. So I'm just going to do the 1. I know I'm going over my eyelet, and it's okay. I don't mind. All right, so glue that down there. All right. Then I'm going to go on the back here, and I'm going to trim that little excess off there and here. There we go. And then I'm just going to punch a hole in that, you know, like maybe even with these, I'm just going to cut a little slit just like that. So you can still get through there to tie the tie. Put the tie there. Now, I found this beautiful piece, but it's so big, but it's got this small rose attached to it right here. So I'm thinking to cut this off, cut it loose from the big one, and just use the small one. Yes, 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 yes. I like that. All right, and then I also found a piece of this crochet doily thingamajiggy. So I'm trying to decide which one I want to go with which one, because I think I'm going to make this one about right here. And if I did that, I could use some of this. Oh my goodness, right there. Oh yeah, I'm gonna like that. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna glue this down here, and then I'm gonna trim the rest of that off, so you're only gonna get this piece right here left on here, and I think that'll be very nice. All right, so let's get some glue, and I'm just gonna kind of guess at it right now. I can go back and add some more in a minute if it doesn't get all of the spot that I wanted to cover. All right, so I'm going to just take that and go about like that. All right, so yeah, I have to come down just a little, a little bit lower right here. Get that to lay down. Come down just a little bit more right here with it, and then trim the excess off. Okay, so I'm moving over here to the second one now. I'm going to come back to this one in a minute. I'm thinking about going ahead and using the dress form because this is still the focal point, and I may use that piece of lace on here because I think it would be the prettiest, and I might cut this little corner right here off of this and just add it to that. So the two tags really go together, so they don't have to, but I'm going to make them where they kind of match each other. All right, so I'm just adding some of my glue to this little rose motif. Applique, whatever. And yeah, it's hanging over a little. I want it to. That's okay. I'm going to leave it that way. All right, then I'm going to put some glue down here. And I'm going to add this right here. And then, then I'm going to trim it. Okay, now, and for my dresses, I want to raise them up on foam dots just to give them a little more dimension. So I'm going to put a foam dot there. And I wonder if I can squeeze one in there. Yes, I can. Okay, good. All right, so I'm just going to peel the back off, and just to, since I'm sticking it onto lace, just to make sure it sticks and stays there, I'm going to add a little glue to it also, just to make sure it stays where I want it to stay. And don't try to let go. All right, so she's going to go right there. All right, and that really looks good with the little dress raised up a little. I don't know if you can even tell. It's got some dimension to it now. All right, this one I'm going to do the same. I'm still not sure about that. I'm still second guessing if I want that in there. I think I just want the dress. All right, maybe not the dress form. Maybe that was too much, but it's so stinking cute. But all right, this one I think I'm going to have to cut a piece that's just a little bit narrower to keep it from showing. All right, so then we're going to peel those off, and I'm going to glue her down, glue that down at the bottom, adding just a little glue here and there just to make sure it doesn't let go. Yep, I like it with just the one. I do. Okay, we'll save these for another project, that's for sure. All right, now I'm thinking a big, beautiful flower right here with a spray coming down and maybe a couple of words or something. So let me see what I can find. All right, so what I've done is I've taken a piece of cream-colored tulle, which I know is very, very hard to see. Maybe you can see it a little. All right, and I'm going to make a flower because I didn't have one in my stash. Now, if I put my needle, I've got my needle with double thread. If I just put it through here and pull, chances are it's going to pull right through just like that, okay? Because tulle has these holes in it and there's nothing to anchor it to. So what you do is you pull your thread through until you get to the end, and then you take your needle and you go back through the thread, and that gives you a little anchor on any kind of fabric that you're wanting to sew that has holes and you can't get your knot in there. All right, so all I'm going to do, I'm just doing a gathering stitch. I'm just running this down to the end, and I just folded a piece of tulle in half, so it's going to be way, way, way big, which is fine because I'm going to trim it down. All right. So I went all the way through from beginning to end. Then I'm going to turn around and I'm going to go back in the beginning where I started. So I started here, I sewed around, now I'm going back in the same place I started for a few stitches, doesn't matter really how many, and that's just going to pull this into a circle. Now it's going to be a better circle once I've trimmed it off. So now I'm just doing a little tack stitch. I'm just going to tack that down and I'm going to cut my thread. I don't think I have a pin cushion on this end, so I'll try not to lose that. Now, while this is all folded up, see, here's my knot right here. While it's all folded up in this direction, I'm going to cut it. And I'm just going to cut some of it off. Probably still way too big, but we'll see. And then I'm going to open it up and straighten up that part right there. There we go. All right, so now we have a pretty little flower. It's going to be a pretty little flower when I get through with it. And if you want to, you can go in there and take these tulle layers, split them, open them up, if you know what I'm saying, just to give it a little more fluff. We like fluffing stuff. All right, I'm going to take some eyelash in pale pink, and I am just going to run a big circle, and I want it to go right there. Make sure those eyelashes are out. And I'm going to run just a little bit of glue there and a little bit of glue here to hold that down until I finish the flower. Then I've got the middle of this, and I'm going to stick that in the middle and try not to burn myself, which I do all the time. Okay, pick it up. So this is what we have so far. All right, so now I want something in the center of that tulle flower. So I found this little coffee filter, I think, or tissue paper, I'm not really sure, flower that I made a while back, and I'm just gluing it down into the center. And now for my spray. All right, so I have a few little stamens here that I'm going to use, and I know you've seen me do this before. I just fold them in half. I'm going to stick it up under that flower somewhere, so I'm going to put just a little dot of hot glue on there, and I'm going to stick it. That's the reason the flower and everything, pretty much, I was kind of keeping the glue to the center because I knew I was going to come back and stick some things up under there, and I wanted to be able to get up under there. All right, this one, let's cut it down just a little. I'm going to put a little bit of glue here, and I'm sticking it on top of the tulle but under the flower. Yeah, that looks better. This one's a little too long, so I can't unglue it. I'm just going to trim it off and go again. I don't like it quite that long because my flower's not that big. Let's cut that piece off. All right, I'll do this, and we're going to set this back up under there if we can get it. All right, see how pretty that's getting to be? I don't know, can you see those little stamen guys? They're so pretty. All right, I'll do one more little group here. Cut them off a little bit. and I want it to be somewhere up in there. So I'm going to put some glue on it and stickeroo. There we go. Make sure they go the way I want them to go. Oh, that's so nice. This little flower's so delicate. Fluff it up. Let's see if we can fluff. Oh, yeah. Now, excuse me. Now I just need to find something to put in the center of that flower. Okay, so I decided on this beautiful little rhinestone cameo. Can you see her down in there? Focus. Okay, now all I need to do is add some a word, and some, maybe some bling, blingety bling. All right, so this one, let's see, do we want a flower? I pulled out this trim here that, oh my goodness, is that beautiful or what? I don't want to overdo it. We already have something there and there, so that might be just a little bit too much. And I also pulled out some of this that I thought might be pretty on there somewhere. It's really not the exact same color, but you know it's very close. I think it's close enough that, especially if I've used this one right here, is a little bit lighter. It's not so dark. Pink or whatever. I think I'll use that one. Okay, move y'all out of the way. All right, let's see where I want to put her, or this, not her. I'm going to put it right there. I'm going to add some eyelash, if I can find the end of it. Keeping it cohesive. All right, I'm going to go round and round and round. Add a little bird nest of eyelash. Pull the eyelash back out a little. Stay. And then I'm just going to put some glue on here. And I'm going to smash it down through all the eyelash stuff. At least that's my plan. Smash it down so that it holds everybody down. This little piece escaped, so we'll just trim him. And this one escaped. Let's trim that off. Get back in there. Okay, now. Okay, we're doing pretty good so far. Now, I had an idea. I'll tell you what, let me get the words on there, and then I'll show you my idea. Okay, so what I've done here is I just went ahead and cut me some sari silk pieces, and I added some eyelash yarns to make my little ties. And so I'm just putting those in here now, trying to get them to behave. Didn't have any trouble at all with the last one. But when I click the camera on, things happen. See, I want all my eyelashes are in the back. I don't want them in the back. I want them in the front. Get back around here where you're supposed to be. All right, much better. Okay, so as you can see, I kind of went with the bluish. I'm just seeing a lot more blue here, and that just worked. So I added my words. Now I'm going to add some pearls and some crystals and some gold flakes. I wasn't necessarily going to show you how I do the gold flakes again because I just showed that on my last video, but I will just give you a little taste of it. I'm just sticking some glue in very random spots, and I take the gold flake and I put the gold flake on there like that. Whatever didn't stick, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna move it down here to this piece, and then once it dries, we take a dry paintbrush and we brush off the excess. And part of it will stick to the glue and part of it will let go. All right, sticking all to me. So the part that sticks to the glue is great. That's what you want. So, all right. So I'm just to dry any old paint. This is actually a good paintbrush. I probably shouldn't be using it for this, but it was handy. It was here. Just brush off the excess gold pieces, leaving a little bit here and there. All right, you can't see much on the camera. It's so pretty. I wish the camera would pick it up and show you what I see, because what I see in real life is so much prettier than whatever shows up on that camera. I don't know if it's probably my lighting. I've got good lighting, but when I hook up my best lighting, it washes out the picture, and I don't know what to do about that, so I'm sure that's user error. Okay. All right, so we put some gold flaking on there, and then I've got my crystals right here. I put some crystals on it. Okay, guys, the video is starting to get a little long, so I just went ahead and finished it. I'll show you what I did. I added a safety pin here, and I put a little dangle there, some pearls, and you can see my gold flakes. This one I also gave it a safety pin and a little pearly dangle. So I'm going to call these finished, and I'm very happy with them. So anyway, I thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful, blessed day, and I hope I've given you some ideas, maybe some inspiration. All right, guys, till next time, bye-bye.